human, and welcome back to yet another daily pick-me-up message. Before we get into these beautiful cards to have a look at what God, Universe, Spirit wants us to know at this point in time, whenever you happen to watch this right here, right now, there's a massive download that I've gotten, and this is actually my third attempt filming this because there's so much information coming through where I was like, Spirit, what the frick? How am I supposed to articulate all of it? In the sense that, it's meant to come across, and Spirit is like, just chill, let us do the work. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm giving over the reins to Spirit and, our spirit guides in general. Where do we start with this one? I certainly did not need to drop into meditation for that one because the energies are so freaking potent right now that I picked up on it already yesterday night, but especially this morning, it only has gotten amplified. And I can tell you this much, the first time I started or tried to film this, I completely, I cussed so much. But that's really the energy, because what we're currently experiencing is I know I talked about it before, but the contrast between how we feel on the inside, knowing our worth, knowing the life that we're meant to live, it's so clear to us. It's really our highest self that is I know who I am and I know what I'm meant to here to do. At least, you don't have the full picture yet, obviously, but we're laser focused on our mission of what we feel in this present moment right now is needed, needs to get done. And we're passionate and aligned, and it's just we've never felt more powerful. Woo! Hope you're picking up on that energy, but it's I'm standing my ground, I know who I am, and no one can touch that, and this new sense of power that is being reflected, obviously, the frequency that you hold. Oh my gosh, I don't think you realize how big of ripples your vibration currently pushes out into the universe, and it can be felt. And it's not only that it can be felt by your immediate environment, it's you. We can be so freaking proud that we did it because, we went through the muck to be on the other side now, where we're so centered, old karmic timeline's done, highest timeline activated. I know I keep on repeating myself, but I feel this really needs to be, this is who we are now. There's no going back. This is who we are now. And for the most, probably for the majority of us, this hasn't been reflected in our reality yet. This feels like the transition. This feels like being in the airport, not knowing when we are allowed to board the plane. You know what I mean? It's okay, Spirit, I'm here now. You wanted me to arrive here. I feel good. I'm ready. Just can you change maybe the location for me that fits the value that you now cultivated within? Because that's the problem. There's such a huge mismatch between the value that you hold and what is outside of you. And this will feel so uncomfortable. And this starts with the smallest things of the food that you were always used to eating. Suddenly you're completely put off by it. You're nauseous a lot. Not an energetic match anymore. The clothes that you loved wearing, now you're opening your motherfucking closet and you're what the fuck is that? I don't want to wear any of that. Another example. And what I've noticed in my personal life, because as I was sharing with you guys before, I was forced to move back into my parents' house, right? So that in itself, my gosh, was a journey. But what I'm now, here's the thing, we are we took off our rose-colored glasses. We see reality for what it is, and we see people exactly for where they're at. We can just pinpoint. You are stuck there. You should do this. Oh my gosh, you're completely in this cycle. Don't you want to do something about it? The thing is, it's none of our concern. It never was. The only thing that we were always meant to do is what? Coming back to ourselves. Focus on ourselves. But that does not mean that when you're in an environment where you're kind of forced to interact with people that are very much still in the fear operated system, which my parents unfortunately are, it's It's like a clash of two worlds, I just heard. And that's, I couldn't phrase it any better, because what I'm now realizing is, ever since like this huge power shift like happened within me, the way that I carry myself, my parents, and especially my mother, they feel like they cannot reach me anymore. That's the thing, they cannot reach me anymore. And what before, I mean, I had to heal a lot about like codependency as well, you know, like getting like financial support from them, and how because they cannot pinpoint like what it is exactly that changed, because I haven't shared with them that this is taking off, like the YouTube channel that I started, like the subscription, private community now yesterday. They don't know any of that, because like Spirit, my guides were like, hush, hush. Like, this is something you're not meant to share with anyone, because if you were to share it, you would only spoil it for yourself, because they would not understand. They would not understand where I'm coming from and what I see it like turning into. It would just, yeah, it would just invite a lot of distorted energy. That's not what is meant to happen. So they obviously noticed, like, especially the last couple of days when I really locked in to get the community up and running, they were like, what is going on? Like, you spend a lot of time by yourself. Are you okay? That is them leeching onto. They're feeling, and what you're doing, because you're in your full power now, it's like they're losing their grip on you, and that terrifies them. You will pick up on it intuitively, you know, like the energy that it's happening, but the whole dynamic shifted. And oh my gosh, it's not only that what I've realized, but you know how I said with us like taking off our rose-colored glasses? Now, incoming holiday season, you know, I was wondering why I was like being guided to create this private like Telegram group for us like Rising Souls of the Collective before Christmas, and like very like quickly, you know, like within the span of a week. Now I know why. Because Spirit was like, this needs to be a sanctuary before we get confronted with so much distorted energy. And honestly, the advice that I can give you, if you're in a situation where you're like physically distanced from, you know, like family members, you know, and they're like, I don't know, whatever they plan to do like over the holidays, please promise yourself that you only take part in the things, traditions, events that feel aligned with you. Do not, oh my gosh, fall back into like old patterns of like people please and, oh, but this is how it should, no. You get to focus on how you're feeling. You don't want to see these people, because you know the moment you step like foot in the room, you're gonna, like, your vibration is gonna be pushed down, crippled. Like, no. You know what you're meant to be surrounded by? If like family unfortunately isn't like going through this transition with you, if that's the case for you, honestly, like, you're one of the lucky ones, I can tell you that. But if this is not an option for you, you know, like, they do not get you, like, your whole environment currently doesn't really get you. But if you can find at least one, or like chosen family, spend the holidays with the people that you're here on the same wavelength, okay? That is, do not settle for less. And that is like your higher self coming through. It's like, you know your value. Do not give in to like societal, like, we know better. Honestly, we know better. And you know better as well. So whoever needed to hear that, like a bit of tough love, there you go. And for those that are not fortunate enough to be like physically away from family, but were forced to spend time in their childhood bedroom again together with their parents. As for me, if you're like, yeah, Tony, but I'm living with my parents and it's actually suffocating. Yes, I know, because I'm feeling it like I've never felt it more strongly, because the like the contrast has gotten so big that it's like, oh my gosh, your higher self is just like cursing and being like, no, this is beneath us. We're not engaging with that. This is not the reality that we see for ourselves. So, and what I've noticed as well is like, I'm very short with my parents. I barely speak. I'm a lot in my room. And this is like the guidance that I've received. If you're in an environment that is just very like suppressive, like just suppresses your energy, make sure you create a safe space for yourself. If the people that you live with do not honor your boundaries, which fuck them, you know, like who does that? That's like so, oh my gosh. As you can tell, I get fired up. Also, it's not only the energy, I also am on my period currently. So I think it's like a mixture of both. I'm like, I'm just ready for a fight. You know, I'm like, okay, what? What do you want? No, but it's like, if they do not respect the boundaries that you set with them, you make sure you extract yourself outside of your childhood home as much as possible. If you have a friend that you can just like spend a lot of time with, or the public library, or like a cozy and just like aligned cafe where you can just like sit and, you know, always make time to come back to yourself, to your higher self, and to the vision that you hold. Like that is like a huge thing right now, because with us being bombarded by so much contrast right now, it's very easy to feel like frustrated and sad and just really kind of like lose hope. But then again, we know better. So in order for you to like get yourself out of this like very like fear-based environment, go outside, spend a lot of time outside of your childhood home. This has been something that has been helping me a lot as well. Okay, that was already a lot, huh? I know. But like Spirit was just like so stern with me. It's like, basically, to sum it all up, if you're still here, which I love you, you know that. You are your highest self now. Do not sell you for short, for anything less than. Make it so clear to Spirit, your guides, make it so clear that you do not accept that. You do not accept that. You do not engage with that reality anymore. And you probably already did that intuitively. Pulled your energy back like immensely. The things that you're focusing on. The things that you're consuming as well. Just pay attention. You're a new person. I got full embodied chills. You're a new person. Doesn't matter what you did before. You're here now. Act accordingly. And also what has come through as well is like, this is only a transition phase, yeah? Because you cannot go back to the old ways, obviously. And the new like timeline and the reality and have it like all reflected. It's honestly, it can happen any day now. Any day. So make sure that within this transition, you make it as pleasurable as possible for you. You pour into you. And now with the upcoming holidays, make so much time for yourself. Continue your practices. Put that first. Okay? And it's so funny because like through this video, you might be like, oh my God, Tony, you're such a Grinch. You know, like that's the energy. I'm like, I hate holidays. Like, oh, this sucks. No, actually, holiday season that we're now like moving into, it's a beautiful holiday because it's like what it should be all about is unconditional love. But if you're in an environment that is anything but that, sorry, but then I don't have the holiday cheers. No, then I'm just like, I wish I would be somewhere different. And when I say I wish I would be somewhere different, then it means I wish I would be somewhere where I know my energy would be like greatly valued. I know I would be unconditionally loved and I get to unconditionally love the other. Because then, you know, I'm looking forward to making like new like Christmas traditions with chosen family. Full on body chills yet again. Because I love giving, especially also like giving, like I'm so intentional with it. And like decorating and like taking pride and just like, cooking beautiful food, but all of this holds no interest when you're in an environment that actually like suffocates you, and you know you were destined to be somewhere else, but you're not there yet. So I didn't promise too much, huh? Like, this was completely like stream of consciousness. I am just curious to see, like, spirit, do we have maybe some like more lighter words? Is there anything else that you want to share with us? We could really use a little cheer me up, so please, spirit. What do you want us to focus on right now? Just one card. Let's see. And it's valid how you feel, okay? That's what's coming through as well. Yeah. What did I just say? Do you see? It's called the Medallion, and it's so funny. I've never seen this card before, but what immediately came through, do you see how like this hand is like reaching for the medallion, for the gold? This is you kind of like getting used to what it actually means being your higher self and what value you hold. You're golden. You better make sure that your reality and the actions that you take reflect that. And if you're like, yeah, Tony, but I currently, cannot really do anything about my reality outside of myself, my environment. Spirit, your guides, they're gonna take care of it. When I'm telling you, your whole divine support system, they are, because they've seen you've done the work, like it's done. So they're gonna take your hand and they're gonna relocate you, okay? It's just like for the time being, if it hasn't happened yet, sit still. Come back to yourself. Remember who the frick you are. Remember who the frick you are. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, but with that said, I'm gonna wrap this message up here now. As always, I hope it resonated. Let me know in the comment section. You know by now, like, I love engaging with you, and I know it's a shared experience. And it makes so much sense. I mean, I touched upon it just now, like earlier. It makes so much sense why this community space that I like built over the course of a couple of days and like launched yesterday, why I was meant to execute it so fast. Because I'm telling you now, if you're in an environment that does not see you for who you are, you better make sure that you're surrounded by people that see it. And honestly, it's like, oh my God, you're plugging your comment. Yes, I am, because I've seen already like the conversations that are taking place within the space, and I want you there. You feel like you have no one, I want you there. Because then you're gonna realize, once you tap into that, it's a vibe. It's like family. It already feels like family, and it has only been like live since yesterday. So the link is in the description box. Feel free to check it out. You get like an 11-day free trial before the subscription model starts. So you have nothing to lose, honestly. And the ones that, were like, Tony, I don't have like a credit card yet, I'm taking care of it. There was like some distorted energy that did not want to get that sorted yesterday, but by the time you're watching this, I hopefully have it all resolved. So yeah. Okay, with that said, have yourself a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day as always, and I cannot wait to see your beautiful face on one of my next upcoming videos, which is going to be tomorrow, because I'm posting every single day until the end of the year to show myself that I can do it and that I can hold myself accountable. Take care of yourself. Retract your energy. Be by yourself. Nurture yourself, okay? And I love you very, very much. And apologies for me being so feisty today, okay? But it's just like, that's the energy. I'm like, yes, this is who I am now. Take it or leave it. It's like, take it or leave it. And this is the energy that you walk through, like, you walk everywhere with. And it just like can be felt, obviously. And since I know that, like the real ones of you guys are still here, where am I gonna even start? I just have to give like a big, like deep, heartfelt thank you for each and every one of you that already like joined the community. I was so nervous yesterday because I was like, Mom, maybe like the freaking automation that I worked so hard on doesn't work, but it all ended up working so beautifully, except like the payment stuff, which I'm gonna get sorted. But it's like, oh my god, because you guys make it, you know, because before it was just like, yeah, I had like all the like groups ready and like the text in it, but you make it like feel alive and just a representation of like the beautiful energy that we are holding, and to like see that all just like the interactions already, like I'm so freaking grateful. And honestly, a lot of what came through in this channel actually was co-created by the conversations that happened within the Telegram channel already. So that's how, you know, like we're all so freaking connected. It's like, this is just like YouTube, yes, is one channel for me to like get this energy out, but the Telegram channel, if you feel called, I would love to have you in here. And I'm also speaking for the whole community that is already in there, okay? So, yeah. And it's like, you know, like yesterday in itself should have been like a beautiful day to like celebrate with others, right? And thank you for every single one of you that left like such beautiful comments on like yesterday's video, being like, oh, congratulations, it's amazing that you went for it. You were the only ones really knowing what I'm doing, or what like how big of a step it was. Because as I was telling, like I wasn't meant to share it really with anyone, because I don't have that environment to vulnerably share such success stories, you know. And yeah, this community space like on Telegram, that is also going to be a place where we can just celebrate one another. If we don't have that outside, then we at least have it inside, you know, like on a virtual plane. And it's only a matter of time until it's also like manifesting in the physical. I know that. So yeah, just know that I feel so loved, and I hope you feel just as much love just by engaging like in any which way. If it's like here, like on YouTube in the comment section, or if it's like in the community. I appreciate you so freaking much, and yeah, I cannot wait to see your face tomorrow. Oh wait. Do we have like a medallion like emoji that you can comment in the comment section, since I know you love it so much? If you find that, use it. If you don't find that, honestly, just use whatever emoji you want. Like, use whatever you want. Something golden. Let's have it something golden, because that's exactly who you are. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.